Hey, set your mind right now. Nothing before this matters. We came here with everything still on the line. Everything you wanted in the offseason is still out in front of us. What would you give for that moment right now? Let's go, man.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Yo, what is good, Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider Alex. I am back with yet another video for you guys. In this video, guys, we're going to be talking about the NFL draft. The NFL draft has finally concluded. The first NFL draft for this new regime is in the books. Let's talk about it. Before I jump into that though, anybody that's new to the channel and you guys love Raiders related content like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. With that being said, let's jump right into it. Now, with our first pick, at pick 90, we were originally supposed to be at 86. We moved back 4 spots and we went to the O-line. We selected offensive guard Dylan Parham out of Memphis. Overall, I think this is a good pick. We definitely addressed the position of need going with the offensive line. We got a versatile offensive lineman in Dylan Parham, a guy who can play guard. He can play center if needed be. He's played tackle as well in college. So overall, he's a pretty versatile offensive lineman in a position of need. And at the end of the day, at the O-line, the way I look at it now is we have a lot of competition there, so that's a good problem to have for us. Let them battle it out in training camp, and whoever performs the best will get the starting position on the offensive line. That way we can protect Derek Carr, and we all know if we can give Derek Carr time, he typically tends to excel in the National Football League. I like the pick. It's not a flashy pick, but it's definitely a position of need, and overall we selected a good player in Dylan Parham. Now, with our second pick in the NFL draft, it was at pick 122. We actually moved up about 4 spots, traded up, and we selected our running back, Zamir White, running back out of Georgia. I was kind of surprised about this. I did not expect us to go running back. Overall, Zamir White is a very physical style running back. He's a bruiser type. They gave him the nickname Zeus. He's pretty big, and he ran a 4.4 at the combine, so he's got great athleticism. And overall, he brings another good dynamic to this running back group. You got a guy in Josh Jacobs who's kind of a do-it-all type of back. You got a scat back in Kenyon Drake. Now you got a bruiser in Zamir White. So like I said, the running back group has a lot of versatility at the moment. We know Josh McDaniels loves doing that running back by committee, especially in an NFL season where the season is a very long season. So overall, I like Zamir White as a player, as a prospect, but I just don't love the selection in the 4th round. I thought there's other options we could have gone. And like I said, I was pretty surprised we were going to go running back this early. I thought if we were going to select a running back, it was likely going to be in like the 5th round or the 7th round. So like I said, overall, I like the player. I just did not love the position we selected him in. Now, with our third pick, pick 126, we moved up for this pick as well. And we selected Neil Farrell Jr., defensive tackle out of LSU. I definitely like this pickup. Personally, I liked Noah Ellis a little bit more over Neil Farrell Jr. But at the end of the day, you know, they went with the same mindset. We needed a big body defensive tackle who was going to be stout against the run. And I think that's what Neil Farrell Jr. provides on your team. He's also from LSU, played against good competition in the SEC. And at the end of the day, I like this pickup because we are addressing the trenches on offense and defense. And I think that's, you know, both 2 spots that the Raiders were a little bit weak in last year. And that's really where good football teams excel in the trenches. And with this pickup, we have a true nose tackle who should be stout against the run. At the moment, he really has no pass rushing ability to his game. I don't think that's something he'll be able to develop. Hopefully he can do so, but at the end of the day, at the worst case scenario, you have a big body defensive tackle who can be good against the run for years to come. Now, our next pick at 175 in the late 5th round, we selected Matthew Butler, defensive tackle out of Tennessee. This is a guy I really didn't know very much about. I had to kind of look into this guy. It seems like he's a very athletic defensive lineman. He's played some snaps at edge and defensive tackle. It seems like he will likely be a more interior defensive lineman in the National Football League. And once again, Dave Ziegler is addressing the trenches. As I said, it's something that we definitely needed on this team, and he addressed it. He double dipped, going with the defensive line in back-to-back picks. Well, this is a perfect example of what Dave Ziegler was talking about a couple weeks ago, how his philosophy was going with best player available. Because if you look at this guy, almost everywhere he had a projection of around the 4th round, and we ended up getting him in the late 5th. So at the end of the day, that's just great value with this pickup. So overall, I like the selection of Matthew Butler. Now with our first pick in the 7th round, the Raiders went trenches once again. This time on the offensive side of the football, we addressed the offensive line one more time. We select offensive tackle Thayer Munford out of Ohio State, 6'6", 330 pounds, a big body tackle with a good frame. You know, same with this guy. I didn't know a whole lot about him, to be quite honest with you. I had to kind of watch some videos on him, but this is another great example of best player available. I looked at this guy and he had around a round 4 projection, a round 4 grade, and to get him in the 7th round, that is just great value. I mean, overall with this draft, there was just so many people that fell. It was kind of crazy in that sense, but you know, hopefully this guy can develop into a solid right tackle for years to come. At Ohio State, he played the majority of his snaps at left tackle, so hopefully he can make that transition. But if he turns out to be a solid right tackle, this is a great pick at great value in the 7th round. Now with our last pick, the 250th pick in the 7th round, the Las Vegas Raiders selected Brittain Brown, running back out of UCLA. Not gonna lie, this was a head scratcher. I was not expecting that at all. This is only the real pick that I just don't like at all. I really didn't understand it. There was just other players on the board too that I would have much rather preferred to select in that 7th round. A guy like Justin Ross was still there. I was very surprised about that. Justin Ross was a player that I wasn't a huge fan of, just because a lot of people were kind of suggesting that we select him with our first pick in the 3rd round. I did not like that, but at the 7th round, I mean, you can't be mad at selecting a guy like Justin Ross, you know, even though he has injury history. But also a guy like Verone McKinley, I definitely wanted him. Very weird with him. He went undrafted, even though most people thought he was going to be selected in the 3rd round. At the end of the day, I just don't know a whole lot about this guy, and it just didn't make sense taking another running back. You know, it seems like he most likely was just going to be for special teams. So at the end of the day, this is the only pick I did not like. But at the end of the day, the 7th round is not something I would, you know, freak out about. But at the end of the day, I did not like this pick. I thought it was a real head scratcher. But let me know what you guys think. Did you guys like the selection? But yeah, Raider Nation, those are my thoughts and opinions on the NFL draft this year. Overall, I think Dave Ziegler and Josh McDaniels did a very good job for this being their first experience doing it by themselves in the NFL draft. I think they did a very good move, trading back and then moving up when they had to. I really feel like they just selected a lot of value, a lot of good solid players to fill out this roster. This draft, I wouldn't say was, you know, very flashy. We didn't get, you know the flashy wide receiver, a flashy athletic linebacker, cornerback, whatever the case may be. But overall, we got a lot of solid players, and we addressed the trenches on offense and defense, which I think was crucial. And we got a lot of value in a lot of these pickups. There's only 2 pickups that I really questioned, and that was selecting a running back specifically in the 4th round. I wasn't a huge fan of, and the last pick with Brittain Brown, I really didn't understand that one either. But overall, this was a pretty good draft in my opinion. You know, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. How do you guys think Dave Ziegler and Josh McDaniels did in this year's NFL draft? Let me know in the comments down below. As I said, with that being said, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys in today's video. Anybody that is new to the channel and you guys love Raiders related content like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.